Let me just say it is great to see so many people turn out who are deeply interested in making sure that we get our economy turned around, that want to recognize that our great congressional delegation, along with our inspiring new president, have put together a program of support for our nation and our state that has given everyone hope and has changed the terms and conditions about how we're thinking about our economy across America and certainly here in New Jersey. We have seen tremendous change in the 120 days, and it is built around a belief that we will recover because we can do things to actually bring about the change in the direction of our economy. And I want to start by saying that typically New Jersey has not always fared as well as I think a lot of us would think we should with regard to programs that come out of Washington. I would say both when I was a United States Senator and even before, we would recognize that we were getting fewer cents back on the dollar than most states. There was a lot of complaint about it. In this particular $287 billion stimulus, $787 billion stimulus program for the country, New Jersey is making out extraordinarily well, and it is because of our congressional delegation led by Frank Lautenberg, Senator Menendez, and I know Congressman Holder here. Let me give you the facts. New Jersey has about 2.7% of the population in the country. We're getting, as we analyze it today, about 3.2% of the overall program. It's an extraordinary benefit for the state of New Jersey. We're getting about 43% of the $25 billion that we estimate we'll get from the federal government stimulus program coming in the support of tax cuts for citizens of New Jersey. We are the highest income state in the country, and therefore income taxes, the alternative minimum tax, a lot of the programs that were fundamentally built into this, and by the way, Bob Menendez is the one that fought to make sure that the alternative minimum tax was extended through this program and is a major, major element of contribution, and we're very grateful for that, Bob, and what you've been able to deliver. But make no mistake, there is a huge benefit for the citizens of New Jersey. Almost $7 billion of the 25 will end up being from tax-supported elements. We're also seeing great help in making sure that we can get through one of the most difficult budgets that anyone could ever imagine here in the state of New Jersey. Certainly not this governor, who's going to walk out of this meeting and go try to figure out how we get ourselves in balance in 2010. But without the aid for education, without the aid for our Medicaid programs, without the support for so many of our fundamental social safety net programs that are a part of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Program, New Jersey and every state across this country would be in far greater distress than the challenges that we face today. We're going to get through our budget challenges, but it is because we're getting enormous help from our federal colleagues. And again, I want to thank our congressional delegation for their sensitivity and focus on making sure that we get fiscal stabilization efforts through this program. And then finally, there is this tremendous commitment to long-term investment in our economy. And I'm sure you will hear from our senators about programs in tunnels, roads and bridges, and all of the infrastructure that is so important to make sure that New Jersey and our country is preparing ourselves to be an effective participant in the 21st century economy. And that is an extraordinary help. We're getting almost $1 billion between, a little over $1 billion between mass transit and transportation projects that are, others will talk about in detail, but are enormously contributive to what we're already doing in the state of New Jersey. As I think many of you know, we have one of the most expansive capital investment programs at the state level of any place in the country. our first in the country stimulus program that we introduced last October had about $3.6 billion of state money going into roads and highways already. And now we're getting an additional $1 billion from the federal government. Believe me, we're going to put 40,000 to 50,000 New Jerseyans to work because we've got a construction program going on that unmatched in this nation. Unmatched. And you know what? People will benefit from those efforts, not just this year, not just with the jobs, but 50 years and 100 years from now, when people are commuting back and forth, New Jersey, New York, when we have a mass transit situation resolved in South Jersey, we will find that these programs that we're putting in place today will be benefit to our children and our children's children in the years ahead. So it is an incredible program. Finally, with regard to energy and education and health technology, there are also great investments taking place, particularly in the energy-related field. We're leading the nation in putting in place solar, wind, and alternative energy programs here in the state of New Jersey. But the programs that are infused into the recovery program from Washington are extraordinary. They're going to make sure that what we're doing gets a boost and will be exceptional contributions over the long run. I can't tell you how helpful our congressional delegation, our leaders in the Senate have been in making sure that the alternative energy programs are designed not just for the far west or the south, but they're also designed for the East Coast. It's no mistake that the Secretary of Interior has already been to New Jersey. I think it's twice already, came and held an offshore conference on both resources offshore, but most importantly focused on alternative wind generation. And there is a tremendous momentum building to make sure that the programs that we have in place in this state end up being the basis on which we grow alternative energies across the country. So I'm excited about it. We love the help. The one thing that is in your hands, everyone's hands here, is about $17.5 billion of the 25 that we have targeted and expect to get in New Jersey come from programs that are already allocated out. The rest, however, come from grants. We have to do our homework to make sure that we're applying appropriately to get the COPS programs, to make sure that we're getting the support for special education, all of the other kinds of inbred items. And it is important that all of you work with our state offices. It's one of the reasons I think this conference is so terrific. We're going to break it down into its individual pieces and make sure people are focused, working as partners together, both with our, again, our Washington delegation and our state offices here in Trenton and all of you to make sure that we maximize it. So let me close by saying thank you. Thank you to the folks who fought to make sure that New Jersey was properly represented in this program. And thank you for the President for making sure that we put our economy first, and it will be turning around. Those green shoots are growing right here in New Jersey, and I look forward to making sure that we take full advantage of the ARRA program. God bless you all. Thank you.